Alright, if you've been playing Gundam Evolution for a while, you've probably realized there's a handful of units that are just a problem when you have to deal with them. Most of them being the melee units, but I'm going to give you some ideas on maybe how to handle them. Barbatos is the standout because, well, he's a little ridiculous. He has a stun on his hammer smash, and then he also has another stun when he does his little jump. If you get caught by either one of these, you're probably already paced. If you're lucky, you might get away, but you're in one-shot range at that point. Now, the developers have made all of his movements significantly louder than most of the other units, from what I can tell, as well as when he has his hammer charged, it gives off a staticky buzz that's, well, loud enough that if you're wearing headphones, you can hear it and localize them, but if you're not wearing headphones, it's a nearly useless cue for you. But that's sadly your best defense, is to listen for that sound and move away from it. If you're caught in a 1v1 with any of the melee units, your best option is to try to make them waste time. They're not going to want to stick around and keep dueling it out with you unless it's Melee Zaku. But we'll get to him later. Barbatos, once he's used his two abilities, is going to want to retreat, or he's probably going to lose. If you're in a situation where you know where there's a Barbatos or an Exia, or even both on the enemy team, try to stick together. Try to use the buddy system. Because they can only really go after one of you at a time, and neither one of them can really take a beating. Gun tanks on your team are a great place to stick around if you're afraid of melees, because the gun tank's just going to keep pounding them anyway. It doesn't matter how fast they move, they're still going to get hit. It's actually brutal on Exia. It's annoying on Barbatos, but brutal to Exia. For Exia, he's going to be trying to do hit-and-run maneuvers. So long as you can withstand the initial smack that he's going to get you with, then you've got a good chance. He also cannot charge up his weapon like Barbatos can and move around. When he starts his charge, he is forced to release that before being able to do basically anything else. And it also can't be held for very long. So you can gauge when the attack's going to go off after you've encountered him a couple of times. You can figure out whether the player tends to hold onto it till max charge to get the stun, or if he's willing to use it early. For Melee Zaku, he's a beast. He'll get in your face and drive you insane. Your best answer to him is teammates and distance. You can get far enough away that you can land a couple of headshots while he's not defending himself. He's not going to be in fighting condition anymore. He'll need to pull back. If he uses his invulnerability, just leave if you're 1v1. He can't move. Force him to chase you down. Waste all his movement and then pelt him to death. Now for the snipers. They're brutal. But if you listen for the shots, this is, again, sadly, easier to do on headphones than it is on speakers, but listen for them. You can kind of roughly figure out where he's at. If you know the map, you can figure out what his lines of sight are likely to be. You can avoid them that way. If you're on a precision unit, like normal Gundam, Morosai, another sniper, even turn A, like, you can plink him back pretty significantly and force him to disengage. Another option to pelt him with is Mahiru in the grenades, because you can just arc them non-line of sight into him repeatedly on some of the maps, depending on where he's standing. Basically, cause him problems is your objective. That'll save pretty much everyone on your team from having to put up with his nonsense.